My name's Ashley, if I haven't already met you guys, and this is my partner, Christy.
Good morning.
We make up the marketing team here at Placer, and we kind of just wanted to bring you guys some trainings and some ideas as far as prospecting goes and see where exactly you guys are. Maybe, since this is a smaller group, we can kind of bounce some ideas back and forth and get you guys going on some lead generation, if that's okay with all of you. I'm not sure if you are familiar with the website called Title Pro 247. Have either of you ladies ever navigated through that website before?
No, I haven't.
I have
No.
not. Is that
Okay.
something like newer and comparable to I've always used that Fidelity Passport in the past.
Yeah, so we do have an app that we can get you guys set up individually on, but Title Pro is integrated into our app. So this is where you're going to be able to go to like pull your property profiles, to see current owners, to do your farming, all of that kind of stuff. So it's just, each title company has their own platforms. Yeah, so this is just what we use, and I wanted to show you guys how it works so you can kind of play around with it. I'm going to share my screen with you. I think I am sharing my screen. Yeah. Can you guys all see this screen that I'm sharing here, the Title Pro homepage?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, awesome. So we'll have to get, if this sounds like something at the end of this Zoom, if it's something that you're interested in, it's free. It's just a platform we use. We can get you guys all set up with an account so you can kind of mess around with it and see what you like and what would be helpful in your business. So I'm just kind of going to show you around. Christy and I will both kind of tag team this. So if you are, I'm sure you've all pulled a property profile before. So we'll kind of just run through this quickly because this isn't really what we're focusing on today. But so if you go here, you type in your property, it'll pull up. And I just wanted to show you something cool. If you are ever interested to see who neighbors are, or if you're looking at land,
comps.
yeah, or if you're looking at something that doesn't have a physical address and maybe just an APN, if you come in here, you can kind of tinker around. And so this is the subject property here, but you can click around and it'll show you who the current owners are. And from here, you can just pull, property profiles for these. And then also, if you're interested in getting phone numbers for these folks, you can always just shoot us a text or email, and we can easily get these phone numbers for you guys if they are available at no cost.
You can zoom out too to see like the whole neighborhood.
Yes, there you go. So that's a really cool feature. For farming, if say you have a buyer and they're really interested in living on a certain street or a certain neighborhood, you can kind of do some reverse farming and contact the homeowners where your buyers are interested in living. And so this is one way to do that. So that is that. If you needed to pull a property profile, you would just click here, this get now. We already have everything selected here for you, so you don't have to uncheck any of these boxes. So then you would just go to get now and it will populate this really pretty property profile for you. Just a moment. Do you guys typically like to pull these before like any listing appointments or anything?
Oh, you gotta turn your pop-up blocker.
I've always
haven't.
just pulled the tax records through Realtus through Berries. Does this provide the same information or more
It's
information?
similar, very similar to like a real list report.
Sorry, we're trying to turn my pop-up blockers off.
Okay.
Okay, so this is just one feature that this website,
Did it pull the
Can-
profile?
oh,
I
sorry.
don't think it ever populated because that blocker.
Oh, there we go. Thank you, ma'am.
And interrupt us at any time if you have any questions.
Yeah. So this is what the property profile pulls up, and here you'll be able to see if it is comparable to the, what is it called?
Realist.
Realist. So it just gives you, your property details, your current owners, how they are vested. Anything that's blue, italic blue underlined, this is hyperlinked, so you can actually pull recording documents to verify exactly how someone's on title. Shows property characteristics, taxes and assessments, current lien history. So of course, you guys know this is kind of going off topic, but when you're going to run a net sheet, there's no way to pull like their actual loan balance. So if you are looking here, you can kind of try and calculate from their last refi or when they purchased what their equity would be. This one's really cool too. It also provides you some comps. So I know agents really like that. That's helpful. And then just, of course, the transaction history. So that.
Yeah, with all those hyperlinks in there too.
Mhm.
All those.
So that's that. This could be helpful for you ladies when you're going to any listing appointments, or again, if you just need to do some quick verification on any properties. So now we're going to go back to Title Pro. And up here on this toolbar, if you go over to list, this is where you're going to be able to do your farming reports. So at Placer, we have two different platforms. One is you can access, which is this, and then we have an in-house one where, depending on the criteria of your farm, we would just be able to do it for you and provide you the mailing labels, address labels, and phone numbers. But if you're getting into something that's a little bit more detailed, if you're trying to really narrow in on who your target client would be, then you're going to come in here and you can see it gives you a lot more characteristics as far as these options go. And it's a very small fee. I think it's 6 cents per record. But I wanted to show you, if you guys are okay with it, just like a sample of how detailed you can really get with these lists. Are you guys okay with that?
Yeah.
Yes, and can you show, like, does it, when you say if you drew a map of a neighborhood you wanted to farm, like you just drew it out,
Uh-huh.
and then you want that list generated, can you get it like generated like in an Excel spreadsheet or something like that that you could upload to wherever you're ordering your marketing materials to?
Yep, absolutely. You can
Okay.
do all of that on here. So do you have something to add?
I was just gonna say, yeah, you can do your farm if you don't want to do it by, say, put your target address, 200 homes in that neighborhood. You could also just draw a
Radius.
polygon using a radius and pull the information that way.
Yeah. So it's gonna give you all of the options here. So if you wanted to do that, you would go under this map option and do it that way. Otherwise, we're just going to do a little bit more generic. And if you wanted to dive into doing the polygons and all that kind of stuff, we could totally do that with you guys one-on-one, so it doesn't take up all of your time. So we're just going to say here, let's do the zip code. This is looking a little different because doesn't look a little different.
Kind of.
Yeah.
Like this is usually up there.
So here you can get specific. We're just going to pick Solano County since that is the county we're in, but of course you can go outside and do wherever you need to do. Let's just pick 956. Let's do the 87 side. So you're gonna add that, and then how do I move that? How do I move this?
You can, oh, there you go.
There we go. Okay. So you see here on this side, this is gonna show you how many records it's pulling. So once you add more criteria, you'll see that number start to go down. And typically, if you guys are familiar with farming, you kind of want to generally keep your list around like I'd say 200 to 300 to start with, but you can do it as many records as you want. So once you add your area that you're interested in, you're going to go over to property. And here is where you kind of can dive into specifics. So let's start out with property type. I'm going to scroll down. You're going to come over here to property type. These are all the options you have. Of course, most typically you're going to do single family residential unless you're looking for something else specific. So we're going to add that over here. So just for this sample, we're going to do owner occupied. We want to reach those homeowners, so we're going to select yes. So you see over on the right hand side, that number is going to start going down. Let's see, let's do something a little basic. Let's say you're trying to target somebody who's at least the age of 55, lives in a big home, needs to downsize. That way, hopefully you can help them sell and purchase forward. So in that case, we are going to select maybe a 2-story. So bedrooms, you're going to come here and you're going to put maybe at least 4 bedroom. Somebody who's getting ready to retire may not need that many. So we're going to add that there. Then
That
we're
whittle it down a lot.
yeah. Then we're going to come over to square footage. This is where you can get specific. So let's say
2 stories, yeah.
2,200, at least 2,200 square feet. So they live in a 2-story, at least 2,200 square feet with 4 bedrooms. Let's see. So again, there's no way to pull someone's current equity. Like you can't come in here and say, I want to reach somebody who has at least 150 grand in equity. But the creative way around that is to go to sale recording date. So you want to do the sale recording date, which is going to be the date of when they purchased the property. It's not going to pull when they last refied, HELOCs, any of that kind of stuff. It's going to pull when they actually purchased the property. So let's go back at least 10 years. So we're going to put that here. 2013, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's going to be, if it's going to be on or before 2013, and that's going to give them at least 10 years of solid equity that they should have in the home. So we're going to add that. You're going to leave this from blank. It's just going to be in the to box. So that's on or before 2013. See how that kind of is chopping it down. Then you can come over to demographics. And when you come over into this demographics, this is where it's going to be, this is
Gonna generate a fee.
yeah, this is where it starts to generate a fee of the 6 cents per record. So we're going to come over to age, and you can choose whatever age. I'm just going to put 55 in for this one. So they're at least 55 and over. So it got us down to 837. Another idea, since we're here, I just wanted to point out, if you ladies or anybody speaks another language, you can also target people that way. You can do gender, income, marital status, presence of children is a really good one to use as well. So let's see. If you go over to mortgage, you can also try and target people over 55 who don't have a mortgage at all. They own their property free and clear. I'm not gonna add that in just for this sample.
I have a question.
Yeah,
Is there any way we can see if they are in foreclosure or about to be in foreclosure?
absolutely. So if you come over to this distressed icon here up at the top toolbar, you can do foreclosure type, pre-foreclosure, an REO, bank owned, delinquent taxes. So that's where you would do that here.
And there's also
Perfect.
up here in the instant list. I don't want to click it right now and get out of our screen, but there's an option. They have like pre-generated fields, just distressed homes, and you would just click that and the area you're interested in. We'll show that to you after we finish this one.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, of course. So then depending on what type of farm you're going to run, if you plan on doing some calls, some cold calls, if you plan on doing mailers, you would come over here to where's that? If you wanted to do phone numbers, you can come over here to phone number type, and then you would just select this top one, and that's going to give you only addresses that provide phone numbers. So you see how that chopped that down all the way to, it was like 800 and something, and it went down to 245. This is probably a good number of what I would run with. So just to recap, we're targeting the 8-7 side of Vacaville, anybody 55 and older that at least have 10 years of equity in their home, owner occupied, so you're not going to be reaching any renters. Their home is 2 stories, at least 2,200 square feet, a minimum of 4 bedrooms. And this 245 will give you the phone numbers for them as well. So just to give you an idea of what something like this would cost, I'm just going to go to next. And it's going to cost $14. So from here, you can generate. Okay, so say you ran with this list. We could come in here and then print the labels for you guys. And then you can just export your call list yourself. But we would print the labels for you if you plan on doing some sort of mailer. Does this everybody kind of, is this making sense to
Any
you guys?
questions?
No, it makes sense. Thank you.
Okay, cool.
So but you can export this to like an Excel spreadsheet, the addresses too?
After, yeah, once you purchase it, you have the option of exporting it to Excel, a PDF, and I think there's one other file type. I've never done it that way, but.
And the only reason why this is charging is because you have that demographic for the age. If we did without the age demographic, we could do this list for you at no cost, provide you labels and phone numbers. But once you get into those detailed characteristics with age,
Phone number 2, I think, charges.
but we can get the phone numbers for free.
Yeah, in-house.
Yeah. So if you're targeting, a certain age, it is going to charge if you want to do the pre-foreclosure. But if you're doing more of a general, neighborhood farm or something a little bit more generic, you would just email us the criteria and we would be able to run it for you. This is just another alternative when you're trying to get more specific and more detailed on who you are trying to target. So I'm just
Want to show them those instant list options?
Yeah, go ahead.
Just get out of here. I'm just going to go through these instant lists. See, these are already pre-selected.
They're like templates, basically.
Yeah. There's cash buyers, out-of-state owners. And by the way, Title Pro covers 99.9%. It's nationwide. You can search any state. Empty nesters. Here's distressed, pre-foreclosure.
So that brought it all the way down to 20.
Oh, because we're in
In
the
the-
same search.
Yeah.
So out of that 245, there's 20 of those are distressed. And nobody's a lender, so we don't have to go into that. Homeowners with equity. These are some good templates.
Mhm.
Negative equity, cash buyers, that's it, all that. Yeah, so those are helpful too.
Yeah. Like if you weren't sure exactly what criteria to put on your list, but you know you want to reach move up buyers, but you're not really sure, what specifics to add, that kind of does it for you until you can really get in here and take a look for yourself. And then over here on the right-hand side is where you would go over and double check all of the criteria that's added on those lists to make sure. And if there's something you wanted to get rid of, like say you didn't want to include townhomes, or you didn't want to include, something over here, then you would just click this little X and it would remove that from your criteria list. So up here, this basic farm list, I'm gonna, just continue with that. This is what's free, and then premium is what's going to cost. But then of course it adds all these extra fields up here of what you can search. So do you guys have any questions? I'm sure if you've used any sites like this before, this is pretty self-explanatory for you ladies. Do you have
So how
any?
do we get access to the website?
We can create an account for you. It's super
Okay.
easy. We just need your email, which I have all of your names written down. I can reach out to you individually. We
Okay.
just create you a login, and that's it. Email,
Perfect.
password, and you would have access to this. Want us to do that for you, Maya?
Yes, please.
Okay, awesome. Jennifer and Brittany, do you guys want access to this as well?
Yes, please. Does it, and you said there's an app also for?
Yeah. So we have an app. It's called PTC Companion. And that's something that you can just download on your own and create your own username and password. That's going to give you, your calculators for your net sheets and all that kind of stuff. Now, once you download the app, you instantly have access to all the calculators and tools. But there's a second step login to integrate this Title Pro into the app as well. So you can do all of this from your phone as well. We can easily phone call and walk you through how to log into that. So, if you're on the go, and there's a really cool feature actually, since we're talking about the app. If you're ever out and about and you're like, oh, I like that house, or I want to see who those owners are, you can actually just take a photo. It doesn't even have to be a property. It can be land. You just take a photo of wherever you're at and it'll pull up the current owners, and the property information with the address or APN for you. So
This is what our app looks like. Can you see it? That's what our app looks like. If you're trying to find it.
Okay, thank you. Does
You're
it,
welcome.
when you do that, when you're pulling up, because you mentioned taking a photo and pulling up, say, land, does it show you the property boundaries at all, or the lot lines, or is it just all the title info?
Sure.
it pulls up an option. It's this Title Pro, so it pulls up an option to like we did for the property profile. So I'm pretty sure on your phone it will show you all of that. But even if you just get the APN or the property address and then come back to your laptop or whatever and plug that in, you can then zoom in and do all of what we showed you from there. That makes sense.
Yeah, thank you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Do you ladies have any other questions? Do you have any current farms that you're interested in running, or do you need some call lists, phone numbers, anything that we can help you ladies with?
No, I'm going to eventually get into the repos, the bank owned, but I'm still trying to gather some stuff, but I will be reaching out to you for that. Yes.
Awesome. Okay, that sounds good. Well then I'll find you guys on the website, get your emails. I think I already have all three of yours actually. And we'll get you your login information so that way you can start playing around with it. And we'll email you. You'll have our information. If you have questions, feel free to call, text, come by anytime you guys want. We're here. So yeah, I think that's kind of
Yeah.
it. It's pretty easy once you get the hang of it. Once you get in here, you can really
It
do
gets addicting.
yeah, you can do some cool stuff. So just remember, if you have more of a general, basic farm, just email it to us. We'll get it done for you guys. But if there's really that specific listing that you're looking for, then that's where you would come in here and really dial it in. So, okay, if there's no other questions, then I think we will end it here and we'll just be reaching out to you guys individually. So I think that's it, guys.
Thank you so
Yeah,
much. This was
okay.
very informative. Thank you.
Good. And you can come by anytime and we could walk you through anything.
Oh, perfect. Okay.
We're here
Yeah.
for you. All right, ladies. Well, thank you so much for your time. We'll be in touch with you, okay?
All right. Bye-bye.
All right.
Bye.
Bye-bye.